calibrating the Provomedics metabolic card.
Did you everyone get that? Just calibrating the machine. All right, so just let me tell you, this isn't one of your El Cheapo type of metabolic efficiency assessment test. We get the real deal going on. Machine's getting calibrated. I'm gonna be on the treadmill. Okay, Caroline's doing her thing. Getting ready. All right, I haven't had anything to drink or eat for 12 hours and I'm doing fine. Even though I'm waiting to have my pink drink and then my cup of coffee, but that'll be soon enough. All right, more to follow. Calibrating. Calibrating for accuracy. Okay, so everybody, Caroline's going to, prior to my assessment, is going to explain a few things to me. So take it away, Caroline.
All right, so I'd like to explain what you're going to be getting from this metabolic assessment test.
Okay.
And this is just a sample of another one of my clients. He actually tested on the bike.
Okay.
You're going to be testing on the treadmill. But
I'm going on the treadmill.
this is just the first page of a 9 or 10 page report that you'll get after the test.
Okay.
Not today, but it'll take me a little time to pull all the information together and create this for you. But I do like to show you the first page of the report so you can understand what we're doing here. So the blue line is your fat oxidation percentage, and the orange line is your carbohydrate percentage. So in this particular example, as I mentioned, I had the guy, he was testing on the bike. So at the 5-minute stage, he was burning 72% fat and 28% carbohydrates. And as we progressed, every 5 minutes, I'm increasing the wattage, recording his heart rate, recording his fat and carbohydrate oxidation. And as you can see, as we're progressing forward, we did 45 minutes of time. At each one of these increments, he's beginning to burn less fat and more carbohydrates.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And he was actually able to get up to 250 watts before what we call the crossover point, which is 50% carbohydrates and 50% fat is where the exchange is made, and we call that the metabolic efficiency point. So that's the point where your body starts to burn, or his body started to burn 50-50.
Okay. Is that a good thing?
Well, it's a natural progression as
Okay.
we increase our speed or our power. Our body wants to pull from those carbohydrate resources.
It's almost craving those carbs to burn.
Yeah, it's quick energy, and that's where our body wants to pull from. So the goal is to be able to be burning more fat at these paces or power for as long as possible.
And not get so quickly to the crossover.
Exactly, because for instance, if you are doing a triathlon or any endurance event, or even if you're doing a shorter event, the longer you can be pulling from those carbohydrate stores, you're preserving those precious, you want to be pulling from the fat stores, you preserve those precious carbohydrate stores for that high intensity effort that you're going to be.
Now it's all starting to come together.
Right.
Okay.
In the terms of health, why do we want to be a higher fat burner? Well, because we have so many calories of fat on board that we can actually utilize.
80,000.
80,000 calories of fat, even in the leanest people, to use as a primary fuel source for everyday energy.
Which goes totally against what people have always thought their whole life, that they like burning sugar and carbs and all that.
We're always burning both, so we want to get that balance of burn to be higher fat, lower carbohydrate, especially when we're not exerting a big amount of effort.
Okay.
And I call it sort of clean fuel, okay, versus...
That's a nice way of looking at it.
Yeah, it's a good way to think about it. So once we hit the 50-50, you'll see he started burning higher percentage of carbohydrates, and the fat started to go the other direction.
Okay.
And that's the natural process of what happens inside the body. So this gives you a sense of what we're going to be doing
Of what
here.
my body's doing, and so my graph is gonna be my own personal graph.
Exactly.
She recalibrated the machines, and I'm gonna be getting ready to go on the treadmill soon.
Exactly. So we're just going to hit upon this first page today, just so I can explain what we're going to do,
Okay,
and we'll get over and we'll get busy.
okay,
All right.
all right. All right, so I'm getting ready. Put my headband on.
Yep. Good.
Okay, I gotta say one thing. I talked to my mother yesterday. I said, oh, I'm going for my metabolic efficiency assessment with Caroline. And she said, are you nervous? I said, oh, a little bit. And she goes, is this the first time? I go, no, I've been nervous before. That's a family joke. Okay. All right.
All right. So Susie's got her heart rate strap on, so we're all set
That's
with
under
that.
my sports bra.
And we're going to get the headgear on.
I feel like I'm in Young Frankenstein. Give him a sedative.
How's that in terms of tightness around your head? Good.
Yeah, it feels like it's not gonna fall off, but not like I'm gonna.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Now what do I do with this?
All right. So
Okay.
I'll explain to you what we're going to do here. So we're going to do a little warm up. All right.
So you talk about
about
it.
10 minutes of a warm up. We'll get you on the treadmill, and we'll get this all hooked up. You'll be having this mouthpiece in your mouth. The nose plug will be on, and I'm going to hook up the tube.
Okay.
And well, nice and easy. We'll just do a little walking. We might get into a little bit of a jog, and we'll just do 10 minutes of time.
Okay.
And I'll
I
be
trust
watching
you.
what's happening with your oxidation levels.
Okay.
We'll take a quick little break, okay, and make sure everything's good, and then we'll jump right into the test.
Okay. Got it. Okay. I am not an animal. All right, we did the warm up. I did okay. Now we're gonna do the full assessment. Not sure how long it's gonna go. I get the nose clip on, the heart rate monitor under my bra here. It's all working good. Get the headgear, and this goes in my mouth, and it's only gonna be mouth breathing. All right. It's like I'm snorkeling. There we go.
Right. And I'll be asking Susie right before the end of each 5-minute segment her rate of perceived effort on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being this is super easy, 10 being I'm done. I'm not getting her to the intensity level of a 10, but it gives me a sense of kind of where she's at since she can't speak to me. So we're ready to go. All right.
All right.
Okay. Starting at a walking pace. 7.
this fit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. She thinks I'm cute. Woo! That wasn't bad.
No, not bad.
I think the most challenging part of it was my dry mouth and breathing through my mouth, even though I'm a mouth breather. That was the only thing. Other than that, it was fine.
Yeah, you did great.
Good.
You did great. We got all the data that
Got all the data.
So what we'll do now is I'm going to go desanitize the equipment. Susie, you can
I'm gonna
cool
go.
it down.
I'm gonna have my pink drink and my cup of coffee too. Can I do
you
that?
have
Okay.
that, right? You cool down a little bit. You can
Okay.
stay on the treadmill if you want to cool down a little more, or go ahead and jump off.
All right, I'm gonna jump off and I'm gonna stretch a little. That was great. More to come. Okay, really got some preliminary results. All right, so I did the assessment, and then Caroline sanitized all the equipment immediately. And, and then it's amazing what her computer and her whole cart, is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's a Parvomedics cart, which is the gold standard for measuring fat and carbohydrate oxidation for this particular test, but for many, many other tests. It's the same cart they use at the Olympic Training Center out in Colorado Springs. So it's the highest quality cart there is for measuring.
So I really, she showed me all of the results she got, and then she's going to take those and provide me with a report. But we're going to go through a few preliminary things that she found that I'm kind of surprised, and she's a little surprised, but it's not surprise. It is what it is. It's like there's the details are in the data.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes what you think is going on in your body or what you might feel it's going on in your body isn't exactly the same as when you really have an assessment and you really get the details. So the good news about this is that Caroline feels very confident with helping to guide me, and I've committed to the next 2 weeks, which I'm sure I'm going to do more than that. She's going to guide me to help me, and she thinks there's going to be some phenomenal changes and transformations in what's going to happen with my body, my fitness, my nutrition, and just continue on my health journey. Okay, so.
Yeah. So, like Susie just explained, this is just preliminary, sort of a soft analysis of what happened during the test. So we started you at, it was really based on your fitness level and where you are, based on the warm-up and what you told me that you've been doing for your exercise. So it was a walk. We started at a walk. Every 5 minutes it was a 0.3 increase in speed. Heart rate was being also captured. So in terms of a metabolic efficiency point for Susie, well, very early on, so right after that 5 minutes, she had her crossover to start burning predominantly mostly carbohydrates. So what does that tell me? Well, what the goal is Susie wants to lose some weight. Her focus is going to be nutrition. There'll be a little aspect of training that will get involved in that, about 25% of this.
Okay.
But we want to stabilize her blood sugar. And that's going to allow her to not have these spikes and dips. In tapping into then, what's going to happen is you'll be able to tap into those fat stores that you have on board and start pulling that as your energy source and utilizing those extra stored calories that you have.
Okay, so let me just talk a little bit about blood sugar, because Caroline and I were roommates in college, and she witnessed my hypoglycemia.
I did, yeah.
It was horrible. I had it since I was a kid, and then I quickly learned how to eat certain things at the right time. Like I could never have really sugary things in the morning or during the day. It would just I'd crash, and then I'd need to bring it back up. So I kind of figured out how to take care of it myself. And then when I started Plexus and the pink drink, I felt like, wow, even my blood sugar felt more stable. I wasn't getting those dips.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I'm pretty cautious about what I eat during the day that isn't those, sugary, I don't have like bagels in the morning or muffins or cookies in the afternoon or anything like that. But what you're saying is, even though maybe I don't feel the blood sugar spikes and dips as much as I used to, I could still improve that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're gonna show
And
me how to
that we know
improve
for
that.
sure now, because we have the raw data, we have the test results here.
Uh-huh.
I'll
Okay, so that's good.
That's what I tell people is, everyone's different. So in order to really, if you really want to target and focus on whatever your goals may be,
Mhm.
test. Don't guess. Test, find out what's going on inside your body.
Mhm.
And with your unique metabolics, then we can actually target the training that you will be doing can be very focused, targeted training.
So it's not one size fits all, where some people just say, oh, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna train for a 5K and I'm gonna lose all this belly fat.
Exactly. Right.
You're gonna really hone in on my nutrition
Yes.
and then help me with a fitness plan that will help get me, that I'll be in that fat burning zone and not try to be guessing about when I'm going to be burning fat.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll have all the knowledge. We have all our data here. I'll take some time to create the report, the 10-page report, and then we'll review that.
And then you said I can come back and get tested after,
Yeah.
and then we can see what has occurred based on the plan I'm following.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is it working? Is it not working? It does work. It takes anywhere from as little as 4 weeks to 8 weeks of time with diligent focus to become a fat burner.
Okay.
But I've seen it time and time again. People have made the shift. It works. I tell people it can change your life.
Okay.